Hello everyone, it's Hannah from Story Kids. Welcome back. I am so happy to have you here. If you've missed any of our recent episodes, they're right down below this video, and also down there is our Facebook page. You can ask your parents or guardians to look at that if you would like. I know I haven't posted a video in a little bit, but I am so excited to be back today with a really great story. I hope you like it. I know I do. So today we're going to be reading Officer Buckle and Gloria by Peggy Rathmann. Now, I've never had a dog. I have a pet gerbil, but if you have dogs, you might think this book is really fun. And I also want to point out that this book won the Caldecott Medal. That's pretty cool. We've looked at some Caldecott Award, Caldecott Honor books before, so that is definitely something to watch out for. And I really like the sort of cartoony illustrations in this book. I know we talk about illustrations a lot on Story Kids, so I hope you like them too. And look out for these stars, because they appear a lot. Okay, here we go. Officer Buckle and Gloria. There are a lot of little things to read there. If you want to read all those little stars, you can pause the video and read them. But otherwise, we're going to go ahead and read them together later on. The sun came out. It was very stormy yesterday if you're watching this on the day it was uploaded, but today it's nice and sunny. Here we go. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else in Napville. Every time he thought of a new one, he tacked it to his bulletin board. For example, safety tip number 77, never stand on a swivel chair. Uh-oh. It looks like Officer Buckle might have learned that one by example, huh? Yeah. Sometimes you have to learn things the hard way. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with the students at Napville School. Nobody ever listened. Sometimes there was snoring. Oh my goodness gracious, how rude. Have you ever been at an assembly where nobody is listening? I know I have. It can be frustrating. Afterward, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle. But Mrs. Topple didn't hear him. He's just trying to share his safety tips, but no one seems to want them. Then, one day, Napville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at school, Gloria went along. That's pretty cool. I'm trying to think if I've ever been at a school assembly with a dog. I think maybe once I was. It was very exciting. And K9, that's something that the police use, and also the military. So a K9 unit is a unit of the police or the military that has canines. Canine spelled C-A-N-I-N-E, which is a fancy word for dogs. Children, this is Gloria, announced Officer Buckle. Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria, sit. And Gloria sat. How obedient of her. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1. Keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Why do you think they're staring all of a sudden? Do you see anything different from his last assembly? I do. Gloria seems to be standing up too. How funny. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. Even though a second ago, she was just standing up just like he was. What a silly dog. Safety tip number 2, safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he had discovered that morning. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. The audience roared. It seems like Gloria is acting out all the safety tips. Or all the what not to do, rather. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After this safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. I wonder why they were all laughing. What do you think? Was it Officer Buckle or was it Gloria? The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Natville School. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. But little does he know, Gloria was doing all those things. How silly. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, "You and Gloria make a good team. Your friend, Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board when the phone started to ring. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. What do you think they're going to say? Let's find out. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips. And please, bring along that police dog. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Oh my goodness. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. I already read that part. Sorry about that. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. Silly me, I forgot where I left off. Then, one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. Uh-oh. What do you think's gonna happen? I think Officer Buckle might find something out. When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during electrical storms, the students jumped to their feet and applauded. Bravo! Bravo! They cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. Meanwhile, Gloria is pretending to be electrocuted, which, by the way, that is a very good safety tip. Don't go swimming during an electrical storm. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. And he saw Gloria doing all these tricks. Goodness gracious. The next day, the principal of Knapville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyway. Oh, said Mrs. Topple. Well, how about Gloria? Could she come? And if you see down there at the bottom, it says safety tip number 100. Never turn your back on a strange dog. Aww. Officer Buckle's mad at Gloria. Someone else from the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage, looking lonely. Then she fell asleep. So did the audience. After Gloria left, Knapville School had its biggest accident ever. Oh no! So there's Gloria in the audience. What's down there? That looks like banana pudding. It started with a puddle of banana pudding. Splat! Splatter! Sploosh! Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topple, who screamed and let go of her hammer. Oh my goodness gracious, she was standing on a swivel chair and she was hammering nails. Everything is going wrong. The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled. The note said, Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my helmet. Safety tip number 7. The helmet saved Claire from Mrs. Topple's hammer. Phew! Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat on the back. Then, Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip yet. What do you think it's going to be? Let's find out. Safety tip 101. Always stick with your buddy. Yay! The end. Did you like that? Did you like Officer Buckle and Gloria? I know I did. I think it's a really great story. And it teaches, I'll show you the back cover. It teaches about the importance of friendship and safety. So I want to tell you 2 things about this book. The first one is something called Easter eggs. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Easter eggs, not the actual Easter egg kind, but Easter eggs in books or movies or stories. Easter eggs means that there are little clues or funny things about the story hidden within the book. So, if you're interested, I challenge you to go back and look for some Easter eggs in this book, like this little patch with the no bananas. That appears a couple times in the book, and I think it's sort of funny. And some of Mr. Buckle's safety tips, you'll find them all throughout the book, and some of them I thought they really made me laugh. For example, dispose of banana peels properly. And there are a whole bunch of those all throughout the book if you're looking for them. Yeah, if you would like to look at those, I think they're really fun. And the second thing I want to tell you about is something called dramatic irony. Dramatic irony is when the audience or the readers or the watchers know that something is happening, but the characters don't. So for example, an example of dramatic irony is when something like this happens. So we know Gloria's being silly, but Officer Buckle doesn't. And dramatic irony like that happens all the time. Authors use it, movie writers and playwriters use it, TV writers use it. It's used a whole lot, and it creates this fun thing where the audience knows more than some of the characters. So that's a really fun, it's called a literary device. It's used in lots of different types of stories to make you, the audience, it's a little funny because you're saying, oh, I know something Officer Buckle doesn't know, and it's fun to watch him find out. So that's what dramatic irony is. If you're interested in going back, looking through this story and pausing to either look for Easter eggs and read some of Officer Buckle's funny safety tips, or look for examples of dramatic irony, I challenge you to do that. And you can write to me on Facebook or on YouTube if your parents allow you to, or your guardians. And if you found some fun examples of dramatic irony or of Easter eggs, you let me know, okay? I would love to hear from you. That was Officer Buckle and Gloria. I hope you liked it. And until next time, I'm Hannah from Story Kids. Keep on reading, everybody. Bye-bye.